Hi, I'm Evie Hoffman. In this video, I'll show you some somatic exercises to relieve tension and pain in the back of the neck. This is also very helpful to release these muscles when you have a tension headache, because these muscles, when they're tight, they constrict some nerves which go up into the head, and especially the muscles which are just below the occiput. These are the sub-occipital muscles. One of them even attaches to the dura mater, and the dura mater is one of the layerings of the brain. So it's nearly like you can imagine like you have a bathing cap, the dura mater, and when these muscles pull on this, then there is this compression all around the brain. So now, before I show you the exercise, I just want to explain more how we will be doing it, and because we're going to move the head in different angles, because if we move the neck in different angles, then we really get all the different fibers of these muscles, and it works just really well. So first I'm going to explain in the way we will be moving the head. So you can imagine for this old-fashioned clock, and just imagine to have the dial on the clock, and so the first direction would be, so you have on the top 12 o'clock and the bottom 6 o'clock. So for the first direction, we will be moving our head, so we extend the neck back. So when we extend the neck, then you also, it's like looking up, so towards 12 o'clock. And then in the release, when we release the neck, we flex the neck, and this could be your 6 o'clock. Yeah, so it's this direction, tilting the head back, and then flex the neck, and you go forward like in this yes movement. Yeah, and then so the next angle is, then we go, so we turn the head a little bit, and we can imagine when we go back this way, so then we're 1 hour off. So it depends how you see the clock inside you or in front of you, but it doesn't really matter. So it's like, from 5 o'clock towards 11 o'clock, yeah? And then we turn the head a little bit more. When we work here on the right side towards the left, you get another little angle. So it would be going to 4, and here you would be going to 10. And then we go reverse that and put the head towards the right, and then go towards the left. So it's like this direction. So you go down this way and back this way, yeah? And then you turn a little bit more. And then when you would be in the clock, you would be here at 8 and here at 2. So you go first back. Yeah, but I will show you how to do this, because this is important that when we're working with the neck, that we work in a real gentle way. I mean, this whole area is sensitive, and we definitely don't want to stretch. What we do here, and I will teach this to you, we'll do a pendiculation, where you voluntarily contract the muscles which are already tight. You're making them a little bit tighter, And then you just very gently and very slowly release the muscles. And you do this with great awareness, so that you don't, especially when you have, depends how you bad it is, you know, how your pain is. Some people, when they just go down a little bit like this, oh, ouch, there's pain. So you don't want to go into this. And so you really do this with awareness and very slowly, so that really your brain, your motor cortex can connect. And then when you go first contract, and then you go in this slow lengthening of the muscles, and then eventually with time, and you just be very gentle with this area, these muscles will release and will lengthen. So the other thing I wanted to show you, so what we do with this, we give with our hands, with our fingers, some feedback. And this is then a little bit similar what we do in a private session. The other practitioner will give some feedback, because this makes it even clearer for us and for the brain to connect with this area. So what you do is you put the hand in the back, in the bottom of your skull. This is the occiput, and there's a ridge down there. And so you could just start out, you put first both hands and just have the fingers touching there, and then you tilt the head back and you push a little bit into the hands, into the fingers. Feel this contraction, and then you slowly lengthen out your neck and flex your neck forward just as far as it is comfortable, and then you totally relax. So that's the method. So the slow contraction and the slow release. And I just want to turn around and just show you that area, and you can check for yourself that you can find this area. So turn around, and now see, when you go up your neck, when you go up, and there you touch this bony ridge here, yeah? And so when you go just in the middle, you use both hands, and you just have your hands there just to push in a little bit, and then you ease off. And this is not to pull the head over and stretch. So this is very different. So here you feel this ridge. This is where you touch, put your fingers, and actually some muscles are attaching right here. So it might be a little bit tender for you, but this is all right, because actually when we feel these tender spots and have our finger there, this gives even more of a feedback to the brain to work with this area also, to release. Yeah. So, and again, I just want to say, make sure when you do this, you don't go into pain. So this exercise you can do, I do it now in standing, but I would recommend you sit for this, and you also can lie down just on a yoga mat or some flat surface. And for some people, this is very helpful to lie down, especially when it's very painful to do that in lying. Yeah. So I will show you the basic movement for this straight from 12 to 6 o'clock, and I will do it a full 3 times. And then the other angles, I will just go one time, just for the sake of the video that this doesn't get too long, but you do it really at each angle. You do it 3 times, you can do it 4 times, and when you, I'll show you this now with the first movement. So what you do is, to start out, you put your fingers in the middle under this occiput, yeah, and with the breath in, you tilt the head back towards your fingers, feel the muscles contracting, and then with the breath out, slowly straighten out the neck, and now just flex the neck, so bring the head forward just as far as it is comfortable. And this is very different for everybody. And what you can do is, when you go now again, you push again against your fingers, feel the contraction, straighten out the neck, and the head comes forward towards your chin. And the fingers, the hands just come along for the ride. They don't push the head down. And then you do it one more time. And maybe when these muscles ease off, you might notice that each time you do that, maybe they come a little bit further. But be careful about that. Go just as far as it is comfortable. So now we did this in this plane, up and down, and now we can start. I'll show you this now from the front and then from the back too. So let's start on turning the head towards the right, just about 20 degrees, and put your hand so that the fingers inch out a little bit in the back there on that ridge. Just when I said before with the clock, so that would be 1 o'clock there, yeah, for me now, the way I see it, but just a little bit out. So you tilt your head back, so you're in this angle. Feel how the muscles contract, and then ease off and let the head come down. Just as far as is comfortable. And then you repeat this 3 times. I'm not going to say this anymore, every angle then, yeah? And then you go again a little bit further out in the back. So you push into this, so you go a little bit further out, move your head about 45-degree angle. So you have this another angle, and then you push into your hands, and you ease off with the head. You just straighten your head. The fingers just kind of guide, just come along for the ride. And you release your neck in the back, and the chin comes towards the chest, but just as far as comfortable. 3 times. And I just want to say, when you do it the last time, the 3rd time, it can be also 4 times, when you come down, then really just let go and totally relax. So this is very fine and gentle work. So be really gentle with your neck, and you do this for a while every day, and you will notice that this will help to really release this. Now I will turn around and will show you how to do this now on the other side, and that you see it now from the back, yeah? All right. So let's start just with the middle. So you put your fingers right there on this bony ridge, and you push into your fingers, tighten these muscles a little bit more, and then ease off with your neck straightens out very slowly, and then the head comes down towards your chin. And sometimes the first time will be only the head will be straight, and that's okay too. So then we turn the head towards the left about 20 degrees, and we move the fingers out a little bit here underneath this ridge. And this might be a little bit tender here. That's where muscles attach, tendons of the muscles attach, and that's all right. When you feel this tenderness and you do this, and just it actually gives a little bit feedback to your brain that this needs to release. And so you can keep your finger on that, and you go ahead, tilt your head back, push a little bit into the fingers. That would be now 11 o'clock, the way I have the internally with me, and then you just ease off with the head. The fingers just come for the right, the neck straightens, and then just you tilt it towards 5 o'clock, in this angle, just as far as it is comfortable. Totally relax, and do this 3 times, and then we turn the head towards the left, 45-degree angle. And now we go out a little bit more in the back, right here under this bone. So when you feel this, just feel, this gives you some feedback here, the fingers. So go ahead now. Tilt the head back in this angle. So that would be 10 o'clock for me. Yeah, feel the tightness. Then you breathe out and slowly, really feel what's going on. Move the head towards 4 o'clock. And now I do it all 3 times. I go again, tighten again with the breath in, breath out, straighten the head, and bring it towards 4 o'clock, and then I just go back a little bit more, tilt a little bit more back, and ease off. And always remember, you're not pushing with this hand. This is important, otherwise you just will stretch your neck, and you can really, especially in the neck, you can, when you overdo this, there can be the stretch reflex set in, and the muscle actually gets tighter than it was before. Yeah? So it's just for feedback to push in, and then you kind of keep the connection with your hand and your head, but you just come along for the ride. Yeah? So these are the exercises. Try it at home and be well. See you next time.